My name is Calum. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a student at Greenville Senior High, and I've been training at ASI for about a year and 3 months. I am a martial artist. I train in Shotokan Karate, and I also compete in karate. My accomplishments include several state championship medals and more recently a national championship gold medal. During last year's state championships, I did not perform well, and I did not place first, which was a new thing for me because that was the first time since I began competing where I didn't place first. Then I started training at ASI, and the difference was absolutely incredible. When I was in the ring, it felt like my opponents could not stand up to me athletically, speed or strength, and I was really able to overpower my opponents. When I started training at ASI a year ago, I came in at 140 pounds, and for example, my bench press max was 135 pounds. A year and a half later, I'm now 182 pounds, and just using the same example, my bench press max has gone up almost 90 pounds, up to 210 pounds. And that doesn't just include, my chest. I've made gains all across the board, for body fat percentage, leg strength, explosiveness. It's made it exponential gains. When I was training on my own at a gym like the YMCA, it was a lot harder to get myself to go out and work out. It was a lot harder for me to find that drive to work out. But since I came here, the level of competitiveness, not only for myself but for my classmates. Because working out in a class really helps me push myself to be the best I can be. It was really a lot different than when I was working out at the Y by myself. And just, aside from the different machines and all of the different muscle groups that you work here at ASI that you can't work at a conventional gym. Like you can't work a lot of the fast twitch muscles effectively by yourself where you can here. Speed flex training is probably the hardest thing I've ever experienced. It is truly the best way to challenge yourself as an athlete. I've never experienced a machine that, as hard as you push it, always finds a way to push you harder. It's a great way to build up your cardiovascular strength and your muscular endurance. Since I began training at ASI, my accomplishments in my sport have grown, and my accomplishments as both a student and an athlete have increased. But I find that I don't feel like my journey will end with this gold medal that I just received at the national championships. From here I hope to move on, and I hope to win the heavyweight national championships and become a member of the USA national karate team. And I feel like ASI is the best way to get me to where I want to be. Not only because the workouts make me stronger, but also because the coaches there and the support system that I have with ASI has taught me the value of things like goal setting and leadership and dedication, and how I can apply them to my athletic lifestyle. I would definitely recommend training at ASI to other athletes because I don't believe that there is another gym out there where you can build the same level of camaraderie with other classmates and experience the level of competitiveness that you get from working out with a group instead of by yourself, as well as the personal experience that you get from building relationships with your coaches and the strength gains you get from the workouts themselves. One of the greatest feelings about being a member of the ASI team is that it really makes you feel like you're a member, or you're a part of something bigger. My sport is a sport of individual achievement, so I don't feel like I'm a member of a team while I'm competing. But when I come to ASI, I see my coaches as more than just coaches. They're my mentors, and in a way they've become like a surrogate family for me. And the environment at ASI really does a good job of making you feel like you're a member of something bigger than yourself, a member of a family that you can always come to.